Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm going to be going through the Museum of Science and Technology in Chicago. And this is a huge major museum. It's a gigantic building with 4 floors of displays, and it covers a very wide variety of topics. It's not just one kind, it's basically covering many different industries. So in the video you'll probably see me jumping around quite often from one topic to another and showing you what they have here. And as I typically do in museums, I don't show you something that has a lot of reading to do. I like to see the actual artifacts. So that's what I concentrate on in doing museums. I figure if I have any questions, I can write it down and then research it on Wikipedia at my comfort at home. So let's go in the museum and I'll show you what they have here. Well, I'm starting off with the ship's gallery, and look what they've got here. What do you call those that's on the front of the ship? Figureheads, that's what it is. Here's a model of a sailing ship, about 6 feet long. There's a smaller one. They have quite a few models of ships in here. That is a really big one. And here is the automotive section. See this 3-wheeled car? It's a 1933 Bernardi Italian car. They call it a tri-car. And here's one I'm not familiar with. I think this is the first museum I've seen where they have their cars behind glass. That's terrible. Talk about a contrast here. 1896 Benz. And then look at this solar-powered car. This is called the Jolly Ball, and it's a big display of a tour of Switzerland. There's a hotel, Swiss Bank. Yeah, that is pretty cool. I'm surprised any photo booths still exist. I bet people just take pictures of these photos with their phones. And this one is set up to take credit cards. How about that? And look, we have a circus here. There's a tiger cage. And here they have, seems like a really short elephant. One thing I've missed in life is being able to see a circus parade. That would be so cool, I think. Never saw one when I was a kid. And I've only been to one circus as a child and one circus as an adult, as far as I can remember. And then I went to the Ringling Brothers Museum in Fort Myers, Florida. That was really interesting. This museum is covering just all sorts of things. This looks like a mad scientist at work. This is the outer space department. They have some examples of the NASA rockets and other things. This is one of the lunar lander modules. Seems big. And this seems to be the actual Apollo 8. You can see all the wear on it. Here's the actual door. And you can see inside the seating for 3 people. Wow, look at this. They have an entire actual submarine in here. Was not expecting that. And all sorts of related displays down here about submarines. Can you imagine what it took to get that thing inside the building here? This is a combine. They've got things moving in there, but they're not actually getting any work done sitting in a museum. And yes, this is the farming section of the museum. This is a robotic milker. They've got an actual slab of ice here. I wonder how long it'll last with everybody touching it. You have to hold your hand there for a long time to get that handprint. I touched it and it's real ice. They have some antique bicycles here. Here's an odd looking one. That's from 1890 with the pedals on the front wheels. And here's a modern racer. Here's an exploded bike. And here is a collection of bicycle seats. And one reason why I don't bicycle anymore is I just hate the seats. They're just way too small. Too small and hard. When I was a kid, my bicycle, I liked these, what we called banana seats back then. There's a bicycle built for 3, and all sorts of unusual type of bicycles they have here. They have an artificial tornado here. Here they've got an Audi electric car, an old-time steam engine, and several airplanes on the ceiling. And here's a pretty large-sized model of Chicago. That black building is the Sears Tower. That's actually pretty impressive to make all this. And it's not just that. Over here, they've got the rail yards, trains running. Although I haven't seen mountains like this around Chicago. Very nice. This is not Chicago. I don't know where this is supposed to be. Now this is supposed to be Seattle. This is a full-size model of the Curiosity rover that they sent to Mars. Here's some inventions from days past. Here's a shot of their airplanes from the 3rd floor and a sky view of downtown Chicago. We've got a really long train track system here. Oh, I just figured it out. Those mountains are Washington State. So here in Chicago, you can take the train all the way across country to Seattle, and that is Seattle over there. You see the Space Needle? And it wouldn't be a museum like this without a full-size model of the Wright brothers airplane with his hands on the controls and the engine just to the side of him there. Got a whole 727 here hanging from the ceiling. And here's one of United Airlines' real early planes. And lastly, they have the Pioneer Zephyr train, also known as the Burlington Zephyr. And they have the engine way up front plus 3 more cars. Here's some more details about it. All of the cars are open, so you can go in and see them. Well, as you can see, this is a huge, huge museum with 4 floors, and admission tickets for adults is $22, and then parking is another $22. But if you really like museums, I'm sure you would like this one. Good day, folks.